Did you know that 77% of people experience stress that negatively impacts their health? Imagine if you could harness this stress, turning it into a source of strength rather than a burden. Today, we're diving into the timeless Stoic techniques that can help you master stress and transform your life. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're delving into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism and how it can help you not just manage, but truly master stress. In a world where stress seems to be an unavoidable part of life, the teachings of the Stoics offer powerful tools to help you stay calm, resilient, and in control. Whether you're facing daily pressures or life's major challenges, the principles we'll discuss today will empower you to face stress head-on with confidence and clarity. Stick around as we explore how you can transform stress from a source of anxiety into a source of strength. In today's world, stress has become more than just a common experience. It's practically a constant companion for many of us. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, the demands of modern life can feel overwhelming. According to a recent survey, a staggering 77% of people report that stress impacts their physical health, while 73% say it affects their mental health. This widespread experience of stress is more than just an individual problem. It's a societal issue that needs addressing. So, what exactly is causing all this stress? One of the biggest culprits is the sheer pace of modern life. We live in an age of instant communication, 24/7 work expectations, and a relentless push to achieve more, faster. The pressure to excel at work, maintain relationships, manage personal responsibilities, and even keep up with social media can leave us feeling like we're constantly racing against the clock. This non-stop lifestyle not only exhausts our bodies, but also drains our mental and emotional resources. Another major source of stress is the uncertainty that pervades our lives. Whether it's uncertainty about job security, financial stability, or personal relationships, the fear of the unknown can be a significant stressor. In an increasingly complex world where change is the only constant, this uncertainty can lead to chronic worry and anxiety. We find ourselves stuck in a loop of what-ifs, which prevents us from living fully in the present moment and enjoying life as it is. Moreover, the digital age has amplified these stresses by creating an environment where we are constantly bombarded with information, demands, and comparisons. Social media, while offering a way to connect with others, often exacerbates stress by encouraging us to compare our lives to the curated highlights of others. The pressure to maintain a perfect image online can lead to feelings of inadequacy and stress, as we struggle to measure up to the often unrealistic standards we see on our screens. Stress also profoundly affects our mental and emotional well-being. It can lead to a range of mental health issues, including anxiety, depression, and burnout. When stress becomes chronic, it can create a cycle of negative thinking and emotional reactivity that is difficult to break. This cycle often leads to poor decision-making, as our ability to think clearly and rationally becomes compromised by the overwhelming emotions that stress triggers. One of the most insidious aspects of stress is how it affects our relationships. When we are stressed, we are more likely to become irritable, short-tempered, and withdrawn, which can strain our relationships with loved ones, friends, and colleagues. This in turn can create a feedback loop where strained relationships become an additional source of stress, further exacerbating the problem. So how do we typically deal with stress? Unfortunately, many of the common coping mechanisms people use, such as avoidance, denial, or numbing behaviors like excessive screen time, alcohol consumption, or overeating, only serve to temporarily mask the symptoms of stress, rather than addressing the root causes. These approaches can lead to a buildup of unresolved stress, which can manifest in physical symptoms like headaches, digestive issues, and sleep disturbances. But what if there was a better way to deal with stress? One that didn't involve simply managing symptoms, but actually transforming your relationship with stress itself. This is where the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a powerful and practical approach. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot always control the external events that cause stress, we can control our responses to them. By cultivating a Stoic mindset, we can learn to see stress not as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Let's now delve deeper into the Stoic principles and techniques that can help you navigate stress effectively. By embracing these teachings, you can develop a new perspective on stress, one that empowers you to handle life's challenges with grace and resilience. Before we dive into today's content, I want to take a quick moment to invite you to support our channel. If you find value in the topics we discuss and want to help us reach more people, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your subscription is not just a number to us, it's a signal that you're part of our growing community of like-minded individuals seeking personal growth and empowerment. And don't forget to like this video if you're enjoying it so far. It helps more people discover our content. If you find today's discussion helpful, why not share it with your friends and family on WhatsApp or your other social media platforms? By sharing, you're helping to spread knowledge and inspiration, empowering others to make positive changes in their lives. Thank you for being here, and let's continue with today's topic. To master stress using Stoic techniques, it's essential to understand the core principles that form the foundation of Stoic philosophy. These principles are not just abstract ideas, they are practical tools that you can apply in your daily life to reduce stress, improve your well-being, and achieve a sense of inner peace. Let's explore these techniques in greater depth. The dichotomy of control. The dichotomy of control is perhaps the most fundamental Stoic principle, and it serves as the cornerstone for mastering stress. The Stoics teach us that there are two types of things in life, those we can control and those we cannot. Things we can control include our thoughts, beliefs, actions, and responses. Things we cannot control include the actions of others, external events, and the outcomes of our efforts. The wisdom in this principle lies in its simplicity. When you focus on what you can control, you empower yourself to take meaningful action and reduce unnecessary stress. Conversely, when you focus on what you cannot control, you set yourself up for frustration, anxiety, and helplessness. The Stoics encourage us to direct our energy toward what is within our power and to accept what is not with equanimity. To apply this principle, start by making a conscious effort to distinguish between what is within your control and what is not in any stressful situation. For example, if you're stressed about a work project, recognize that you can control your effort, focus, and time management, but not the final outcome or how others will respond to your work. By focusing on doing your best and letting go of the rest, you can reduce your stress and improve your sense of satisfaction. Mindfulness and presence. Mindfulness is a key practice in Stoicism, rooted in the idea that the present moment is the only time over which we have any real influence. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the importance of focusing on the present moment, as it is the only moment we truly have control over. Stress often arises when we dwell on the past or worry about the future, but by practicing mindfulness, we can ground ourselves in the present and reduce the impact of stress. Mindfulness in Stoicism is not just about being aware of your surroundings, it's about being aware of your thoughts and emotions as well. The Stoics believed that by observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we could gain insight into our emotional responses and learn to manage them more effectively. To cultivate mindfulness, consider starting with simple practices such as deep breathing, meditation, or mindful walking. During these practices, focus on your breath, your body's sensations, or the sounds around you. If your mind starts to wander to stressful thoughts, gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Over time, you'll find that mindfulness becomes a natural part of your daily routine, helping you stay calm and centered even in the face of stress. Negative visualization. Negative visualization is a powerful Stoic technique that involves mentally rehearsing potential challenges and imagining how you would handle them. This practice prepares you for adversity and reduces the fear of the unknown, which is often a significant source of stress. By facing your fears head-on, you can diminish their power over you and approach life's challenges with a calm and composed mindset. To practice negative visualization, take a few minutes each day to think about a situation that might cause you stress. For example, if you're worried about a difficult conversation with a colleague, imagine the worst possible outcome and how you would respond. By considering these scenarios in advance, you can mentally prepare yourself and reduce the anxiety associated with uncertainty. The goal of negative visualization is not to dwell on negative outcomes, but to build resilience and confidence. When the imagined scenarios don't come to pass, you'll feel relief and gratitude, and if they do, you'll be better prepared to handle them calmly and effectively. Amor fati, loving one's fate, amor fati, or love of fate, is a Stoic concept that encourages us to embrace everything that happens in our lives, both good and bad, as necessary parts of our journey. This principle teaches us to see challenges and difficulties as opportunities for growth and self-improvement, rather than as obstacles to our happiness. Practicing amor fati involves accepting life as it is, rather than as we wish it to be. It's about finding meaning and purpose in every experience, even those that are painful or difficult. By embracing your fate, you can reduce the stress that comes from resisting or resenting challenges and instead focus on how you can learn and grow from them. To apply amor fati in your life, try reframing stressful situations as valuable experiences. For example, if you're going through a tough time at work, rather than seeing it as a setback, consider it an opportunity to develop new skills, demonstrate resilience, or deepen your understanding of your field. By changing your perspective, you can turn stress into a catalyst for personal growth. The Stoic virtues. The Stoics emphasized 4 key virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, as guiding principles for living a balanced and fulfilling life. These virtues are not just ethical ideals, they are practical tools for managing stress effectively. Wisdom involves understanding the nature of stress and making rational decisions about how to respond to it. Wisdom helps us to see things clearly, avoid unnecessary worries, and make choices that align with our values. Courage is the strength to face stress head-on rather than avoiding or suppressing it. Courage allows us to take action in the face of fear and uncertainty, empowering us to overcome challenges. Justice involves treating ourselves and others with fairness and compassion, even in stressful situations. Justice helps us to maintain healthy relationships and avoid the additional stress that comes from conflict or resentment. Temperance is about maintaining balance and self-control, ensuring that stress does not overwhelm us. Temperance encourages us to manage our emotions and reactions, preventing stress from taking over our lives. To integrate these virtues into your life, reflect on how each one can help you manage stress. For example, when faced with a stressful decision, use wisdom to consider your options, courage to make the right choice, justice to ensure fairness, and temperance to keep your emotions in check. By practicing these virtues, you can build a resilient mindset that allows you to handle stress with grace and confidence. Voluntary discomfort. Voluntary discomfort is a Stoic practice that involves intentionally exposing yourself to small, manageable forms of discomfort to build resilience and mental toughness. This practice can include activities such as taking cold showers, fasting, exercising without your usual comforts, or intentionally facing fears. The purpose of voluntary discomfort is to train your mind to handle stress more effectively. By regularly experiencing discomfort in controlled settings, you build your tolerance for stress and become less reactive to the challenges life throws your way. This practice helps you develop a sense of inner strength and resilience, making it easier to cope with unexpected difficulties. Start by incorporating small acts of voluntary discomfort into your daily routine. For example, you might choose to take the stairs instead of the elevator, skip a meal, or spend time in silence without distractions. As you become more comfortable with these practices, you can gradually increase the level of discomfort, building your resilience and mental toughness over time. Journaling. Journaling is a powerful tool for self-reflection and stress management that has been used by Stoics for centuries. By writing down your thoughts, you can gain clarity on the sources of your stress, explore potential solutions, and track your progress over time. Journaling also provides an opportunity to practice gratitude and mindfulness, helping you to focus on the positive aspects of your life despite the challenges you face. To start journaling, set aside a few minutes each day to write about your experiences, emotions, and insights. Use this time to reflect on how you're handling stress, identify patterns in your thoughts and behaviors, and consider how you can apply Stoic principles to improve your well-being. Journaling can also serve as a way to document your progress, allowing you to look back and see how far you've come in your journey to mastering stress. Consider including specific prompts in your journal, such as, what stressful situations did I encounter today and how did I respond? What could I have done differently to handle stress more effectively? What am I grateful for today? How can I apply the Stoic principles of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance to my current challenges. By consistently journaling, you'll develop a deeper understanding of your relationship with stress and build the skills needed to manage it effectively. Daily reflection. Reflection is a key practice in Stoicism that involves reviewing your day and considering how you lived in accordance with your values. This practice helps you stay aligned with your goals and ensures that you're making progress in your journey to mastering stress. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and emotions. Ask yourself whether you responded to stress in a way that reflects your values and whether there are areas where you could improve. This reflection process allows you to learn from your experiences and make adjustments as needed, helping you to continually grow and develop. To make reflection a regular part of your routine, consider creating a specific time and space for it each evening. You might choose to do this before bed, sitting quietly in a comfortable spot, or as part of your journaling practice. By making reflection a daily habit, you'll gain greater self-awareness and become more intentional in how you handle stress. Building a supportive network. While Stoicism emphasizes self-reliance, it also acknowledges the importance of relationships and community. Building a supportive network of friends, family, and mentors can be a valuable resource in your journey to mastering stress. Surrounding yourself with people who share your values and support your growth can provide encouragement, perspective, and practical advice when you're facing challenges. To build a supportive network, start by seeking out relationships with people who inspire and uplift you. This might involve reconnecting with old friends, joining a group or community that shares your interests, or finding a mentor who can guide you in your personal and professional life. By cultivating these relationships, you create a safety net that can help you navigate stress more effectively. Remember, a supportive network is not just about receiving help, it's also about giving it. By being there for others in their times of need, you reinforce the bonds that make your network strong, creating a sense of mutual support and resilience. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can shift your focus from what's lacking in your life to what's abundant. By regularly acknowledging the good things in your life, you can reduce stress and cultivate a sense of contentment and well-being. To practice gratitude, start by keeping a daily gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. These can be big or small, anything from a supportive conversation with a friend to the beauty of nature around you. By focusing on the positives, you train your mind to see the good in every situation, reducing the impact of stress. Gratitude also ties into the Stoic practice of amor fati, as it encourages you to appreciate all aspects of life, even the challenges. By recognizing the value in every experience, you can turn stress into an opportunity for growth and personal development. Now that we've explored these powerful Stoic techniques, let's focus on the key insight that can truly transform the way you handle stress. Your perception of stress, not the stress itself, determines your experience. The Stoics believed that our minds have the power to interpret events in a way that either causes suffering or promotes tranquility. This insight is the ultimate Stoic secret to mastering stress, understanding that it's not the external events that stress us out, but our internal reactions to those events. To put this into practice, begin by observing your thoughts whenever you encounter stress. Notice how you interpret the situation. Do you see it as a threat, a challenge, or an opportunity? Then consciously choose a Stoic perspective, focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. By doing this, you can reduce the emotional intensity of stress and approach challenges with a clearer, more focused mind. Consider a real-world example. Imagine you're facing a tight deadline at work. Instead of viewing it as an overwhelming burden, reframe it as an opportunity to demonstrate your skills and dedication. Focus on the actions you can take to meet the deadline and let go of worries about the outcome. This shift in perception can reduce your stress and increase your effectiveness. Remember, the power to master stress lies within you. It's all about how you choose to perceive and respond to the challenges in your life. By embracing the Stoic approach to stress, you can transform your relationship with stress and live a more balanced, fulfilling life. The role of virtue in stress management. Understanding virtue in Stoicism. Stoicism is not merely a philosophy of mental toughness or emotional resilience, At its core, it's a philosophy of virtue. The Stoics believed that living a virtuous life is the key to achieving eudaimonia, commonly translated as flourishing or the good life. Virtue, in the Stoic sense, is the highest good and the foundation upon which all other Stoic teachings rest. The four cardinal virtues in Stoicism are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Each of these virtues plays a critical role in how we manage and respond to stress. Wisdom as a tool for clarity. Wisdom, the first of the cardinal virtues, is the ability to see things as they are, not as we wish they were. It involves making decisions based on reason and understanding rather than on emotions or impulses. When faced with stress, wisdom guides us to evaluate the situation calmly and objectively, asking ourselves what is within our control and what is not. This clear-sightedness allows us to make rational decisions that alleviate stress rather than exacerbate it. For example, consider a situation where you're stressed about an upcoming presentation at work. Wisdom tells you to prepare thoroughly, focus on delivering your message clearly, and let go of the anxiety about how others will perceive you, because their reactions are beyond your control. By focusing on what you can control, your preparation and delivery, and accepting what you cannot, others' opinions, you reduce unnecessary stress and improve your performance. Courage, facing stress. Head on, courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to confront it. In the context of Stoicism, courage means facing difficulties, challenges, and stresses without being paralyzed by fear or anxiety. It's about taking action in the face of uncertainty and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. Stress often arises from fear, fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or fear of losing something valuable. Courage helps us to face these fears directly rather than avoiding them or letting them dominate our thoughts. By practicing courage, we build resilience against stress, knowing that we can handle whatever comes our way. For instance, if you're dealing with financial stress, courage might involve taking a hard look at your finances, cutting unnecessary expenses, and perhaps even seeking help from a financial advisor. It's about taking proactive steps to address the root causes of your stress, rather than ignoring the problem and letting it grow. Justice, maintaining fairness and compassion. Justice, in Stoic philosophy, goes beyond the legalistic notion of right and wrong. It's about treating others and ourselves with fairness, compassion, and respect. When we are stressed, it's easy to become self-centered, focusing only on our own problems and forgetting the impact our actions have on others. However, practicing the virtue of justice reminds us to consider how our behavior affects those around us. In stressful situations, justice helps us to maintain healthy relationships, even when we're under pressure. It encourages us to communicate openly and honestly with others, to seek mutually beneficial solutions, and to avoid actions that might harm others. For example, if you're stressed about a project at work, justice might involve delegating tasks fairly, giving credit where it's due, and ensuring that your stress doesn't lead to unfair treatment of colleagues. Justice also involves self-compassion. It's about recognizing when you need to take a step back, care for your own well-being, and not push yourself beyond reasonable limits. This balance prevents stress from turning into burnout and allows you to remain effective and fair in your interactions with others. Temperance, the virtue of moderation. Temperance is the virtue of moderation, self-control, and balance. It's about finding the middle ground between excess and deficiency, especially in our desires, actions, and emotions. In the context of stress management, temperance helps us avoid the extremes of overreacting to stressors or suppressing our feelings altogether. When we practice temperance, we maintain a sense of balance in our lives, ensuring that no single aspect, be it work, relationships, or personal ambitions, dominates to the detriment of others. For instance, temperance in work life might mean setting boundaries to prevent work-related stress from spilling over into personal time. It's about knowing when to say no, when to step back, and when to take care of yourself. Temperance also helps us manage our emotional responses to stress. It encourages us to avoid the extremes of anger, despair, or frustration, and instead respond to stress with calmness and measured action. By practicing temperance, we prevent stress from overwhelming us and maintain a sense of inner peace, even in challenging situations. Applying virtue to everyday stress. The application of these four virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, is not limited to grand, life-changing decisions. They are equally important in the small, everyday moments of stress that we all encounter. Whether it's dealing with a difficult coworker, managing time pressures, or navigating personal conflicts, these virtues provide a framework for handling stress with integrity and grace. To incorporate these virtues into your life, start by reflecting on how each one applies to your current stresses. Ask yourself, how can wisdom help me see this situation more clearly? What courageous action can I take to address this stress? How can I ensure that justice, both for myself and others, is maintained? What does temperance look like in this context? By consciously applying these virtues, you'll find that your ability to manage stress improves and your overall sense of well-being increases. The Stoics believed that living a virtuous life was the path to true happiness and peace of mind. By integrating these virtues into your approach to stress, you not only manage stress more effectively, but also move closer to living the good life. The long-term benefits of virtue in stress management. While applying these virtues can provide immediate relief from stress, the long-term benefits are even more profound. Over time, living a life guided by virtue leads to greater emotional resilience, stronger relationships, and a deeper sense of purpose. It also fosters a mindset of growth, where challenges and stressors are seen not as threats, but as opportunities to develop your character and strengthen your resolve. In this way, the Stoic virtues offer more than just a coping mechanism for stress. They provide a roadmap for personal development and a fulfilling life. By committing to these virtues, you create a foundation for enduring happiness and tranquility, regardless of the external circumstances you may face. The power of perspective, shifting your mindset to overcome stress, understanding perspective in Stoicism. One of the most profound teachings of Stoicism is the power of perspective. The Stoics believed that it's not the events themselves that cause us stress, but rather our interpretation of those events. This insight is encapsulated in the famous words of Epictetus: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By learning to shift our perspective, we can transform how we experience stress and turn challenges into opportunities for growth. The cognitive aspect of stress. Stress is often a result of cognitive distortions, patterns of thinking that skew our perception of reality. These distortions can lead us to overestimate the danger or difficulty of a situation, underestimate our ability to cope, or focus exclusively on the negative aspects of a challenge. Common cognitive distortions include catastrophizing, expecting the worst possible outcome, black and white thinking, seeing things as all good or all bad, and overgeneralization, believing that one negative event will lead to a cascade of failures. Stoicism teaches us to challenge these distortions and adopt a more balanced, rational perspective. By questioning our initial reactions and reframing our thoughts, we can reduce the emotional intensity of stress and approach problems with a clearer, more focused mind. Reframing stressful situations. Reframing is a powerful technique that involves changing the way we interpret a situation. Instead of seeing a challenge as a threat, we can choose to see it as an opportunity to learn, grow, or demonstrate our strengths. This shift in perspective can dramatically reduce stress and increase our sense of control and agency. For example, if you're facing a tight deadline at work, instead of viewing it as an overwhelming burden, you might reframe it as a chance to showcase your efficiency and problem-solving skills. If you encounter a difficult person, rather than seeing them as a source of stress, you could view the situation as an opportunity to practice patience, empathy, and assertiveness. Reframing doesn't mean denying the reality of a stressful situation. Rather, it's about choosing a perspective that empowers you to respond constructively. By focusing on the potential benefits and learning opportunities within a challenge, you can reduce the stress associated with it and improve your overall well-being. The role of acceptance. Acceptance is another key component of shifting perspective in Stoicism. The Stoics taught that we should accept the things we cannot change rather than resisting them or wishing they were different. This doesn't mean passivity or resignation, but rather a realistic acknowledgement of what is beyond our control. When we accept a situation as it is, we free ourselves from the frustration and stress that comes from trying to change the unchangeable. This acceptance allows us to focus our energy on what we can control: our actions, our responses, and our attitudes. By practicing acceptance, we can reduce unnecessary stress and cultivate a sense of peace, even in difficult circumstances. For instance, if you're dealing with a chronic health issue, acceptance might involve recognizing the limitations it imposes while focusing on what you can do to manage your health and maintain a positive outlook. By accepting the reality of your situation, you can reduce the stress associated with fighting against it and instead channel your energy into constructive actions. Gratitude and perspective. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can significantly shift your perspective on stress. By focusing on what you're grateful for, you can counterbalance the negative emotions associated with stress and develop a more positive, resilient mindset. The Stoics believed in practicing gratitude not just for the obvious good things in life, but also for challenges and difficulties. This practice, known as negative gratitude, involves being thankful for the opportunities that stress provides for growth, learning, and the chance to develop resilience. By viewing challenges through the lens of gratitude, you can transform your experience of stress and approach difficulties with a more positive, constructive attitude. To incorporate gratitude into your daily life, consider starting a gratitude journal where you write down a few things you're thankful for each day. This practice helps shift your focus from what's lacking or stressful to what's abundant and positive in your life. Over time, this shift in perspective can reduce the overall impact of stress and increase your sense of well-being. Perspective and long-term stress management. Shifting your perspective is not just a short-term strategy for managing stress. It's a long-term approach to building emotional resilience and mental toughness. By consistently practicing reframing, acceptance, and gratitude, you can develop a more balanced and positive outlook on life. This perspective shift allows you to navigate stress more effectively and prevents it from overwhelming you. In the long run, adopting a Stoic perspective on stress can lead to profound personal growth. By viewing challenges as opportunities, accepting what you cannot change, and cultivating gratitude, you can build a life that is not only resilient to stress, but also rich in meaning and fulfillment. Practical exercises for shifting perspective. To help you apply the Stoic perspective to your daily life, here are some practical exercises. Daily reframing. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on any stressful events you encountered. Write down how you initially perceived the situation and then reframe it by identifying the potential benefits or learning opportunities it presented. Over time, this practice will help you develop the habit of automatically reframing stressful situations in a more positive light. The view from above. This Stoic exercise involves imagining yourself looking down on your life from a great height, as if from the top of a mountain or from space. From this perspective, the problems and stresses that seem so large up close often appear small and insignificant. This exercise helps you gain perspective on your challenges, reducing their emotional impact and reminding you of the broader context of your life. Negative visualization. Regularly practice negative visualization by imagining possible challenges or difficulties that could arise in your life. This exercise prepares you mentally for potential stressors, making them less daunting when they occur. By considering these scenarios in advance, you can approach them with greater calm and resilience. Gratitude practice. Incorporate gratitude into your daily routine by writing down 3 things you're grateful for each morning or evening. Try to include both positive experiences and challenges that have helped you grow. This practice shifts your focus from stress to appreciation, helping you maintain a more balanced perspective. Acceptance mantra. Develop a simple mantra or phrase that you can repeat to yourself when faced with a stressful situation. This might be something like, "I accept what I cannot change," or "I focus on what I can control." Repeating this mantra can help reinforce the Stoic principle of acceptance and reduce the stress associated with resisting reality. By regularly practicing these exercises, you can train your mind to adopt a Stoic perspective on stress, transforming your experience of challenges and building a more resilient, peaceful life. Conclusion of perspective. Chapter. Perspective is everything when it comes to managing stress. The Stoics understood that our interpretation of events, more than the events themselves, determines our emotional response. By learning to shift your perspective through reframing, acceptance, and gratitude, you can transform how you experience stress and turn challenges into opportunities for growth. The power to change your perspective is always within your reach, and by cultivating this skill, you can navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and fulfillment. To illustrate the transformative power of Stoicism in mastering stress, let's look at a real-life example. You may be familiar with the actor Hugh Jackman, widely known for his role as Wolverine in the X-Men series. Despite his outward success, Jackman has spoken openly about the intense stress and anxiety he experienced throughout his career. The pressure to perform, maintain a public image, and meet the high demands of Hollywood took a significant toll on his mental health. In an interview, Jackman shared how he discovered Stoic philosophy and began applying its principles to his life. One of the techniques that resonated with him was the practice of focusing on what he could control. By shifting his mindset and embracing the Stoic dichotomy of control, Jackman learned to manage his stress more effectively. He began to let go of worries about external pressures and focused on doing his best in each moment, regardless of the outcome. This change in perspective not only reduced his stress, but also allowed him to enjoy his work more fully and perform at his best. Jackman's story is a powerful reminder that even those who appear to have it all can struggle with stress. Yet, by applying Stoic principles, he was able to regain control over his life and approach his career with a sense of calm and purpose. Now, let me share a story of a regular person, someone like you or me, who used Stoic principles to master stress. Meet Sarah, a marketing manager at a fast-paced tech company. Sarah was no stranger to stress. Her job required her to juggle multiple projects, meet tight deadlines, and constantly stay ahead of the competition. Over time, the stress began to take a toll on her health and happiness. She started experiencing anxiety, insomnia, and a sense of burnout that made it difficult to enjoy even her time off. Feeling overwhelmed, Sarah decided to explore ways to manage her stress better. That's when she stumbled upon Stoicism. Intrigued by the idea of controlling her reactions rather than trying to control everything around her, Sarah began to incorporate Stoic practices into her daily routine. She started with journaling, using it as a tool to reflect on her thoughts and identify the sources of her stress. She also practiced negative visualization, preparing herself mentally for potential challenges and reducing her fear of the unknown. One of the most significant changes Sarah made was embracing the Stoic concept of amor fati. Instead of resisting the challenges at work, she began to see them as opportunities to grow and improve. She adopted a mindset of acceptance, focusing on doing her best in each situation and letting go of the need for perfection. This shift in perspective allowed Sarah to approach her work with a sense of calm and purpose, rather than stress and anxiety. Over time, Sarah noticed a significant improvement in her mental health. Her anxiety levels decreased, she slept better, and she found herself enjoying her work again. By applying Stoic principles, Sarah transformed her relationship with stress, turning it from an overwhelming force into a manageable part of her life. Sarah's story is a powerful reminder that you don't have to be a celebrity to benefit from Stoicism. Anyone can use these techniques to master stress and live a more balanced, fulfilling life. In this video, we've explored the powerful Stoic techniques that can help you master stress and transform your life. We've discussed the challenges of modern stress and how Stoic philosophy offers practical strategies for managing it effectively. From the dichotomy of control and mindfulness to negative visualization and amor fati, these techniques provide a roadmap for navigating stress with resilience and clarity. We've also seen how these principles have been applied in real life, both by celebrities like Hugh Jackman and everyday people like Sarah. Their stories highlight the transformative impact that Stoicism can have on your ability to handle stress, improve your mental health, and live a more fulfilling life. Remember, the key to mastering stress lies in your perception. By changing how you view and respond to stressful situations, you can reduce their impact on your life and approach challenges with confidence and calm. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we react. And this is the true power of mastering stress. As you move forward, consider how you can apply these Stoic principles in your daily life. Start by identifying the areas where stress is most present and consider how the dichotomy of control, mindfulness, or negative visualization could help you manage it more effectively. Practice amor fati by embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. And remember the importance of journaling and reflection as tools for self-awareness and personal development. By incorporating these techniques into your routine, you'll not only reduce stress, but also build resilience and a deeper sense of inner peace. The journey to mastering stress is ongoing, but with the guidance of Stoic philosophy, you can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and fulfillment. Now it's your turn. Which Stoic technique resonates with you the most? How do you plan to apply these principles to master stress in your own life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more insights on Stoicism and self-improvement. By subscribing, you're joining a community of like-minded individuals dedicated to living more intentional, stress-free lives. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and remember, your power to master stress starts with you. See you in the next video.